What's up, YouTube? These days, I see Korean tacos being sold everywhere, and they're really popular and catching on. However, I feel like they could be done better. Most places I know, they just throw on some really pungent kimchi and call it a Korean taco. And the kimchi just overpowers everything, and you don't taste the true flavors that Korea has to offer. I'm gonna teach you my version of the Korean taco that uses authentic flavors of Korea. And it's gonna be quite unique and very delicious. But before you do anything, make sure to click the like and subscribe button so I could get that YouTube money. For our marinade, start off with a tablespoon of sugar. Add 2 tablespoons of bean paste. We call this doenjang in Korean, not to be confused with miso. The difference being, well, miso sucks. 2 tablespoons of mirin. 2 heaping tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. We're gonna vigorously mix this until all the ingredients are very well incorporated and the bean paste becomes a nice smooth velvety texture. Make sure you have a quality control cat for oversight. This one's named Bonky. Slice your skirt steak into about 1/2 to 1 inch chunks. Make sure they're nice and thick. You wanna have a good texture when you're biting down on them. Evenly season with salt. Give it a good rub. Add some oil to a very hot pan. Only when your pan is piping hot, add your skirt steak. Move the skirt steak around the pan to color it evenly. You don't have to worry about overcooking them. Skirt steak is the one cut of beef that's very forgiving. Once your skirt steak is cooked to your liking, transfer it to a small mixing bowl. And now we're gonna coat our skirt steak with the doenjang mixture and let it rest in our marinade. As our steak rests in the marinade, we're gonna start our kimchi slaw, and we're gonna do that by making a fresh version of kimchi called gochujang. We'll start by chopping a 1/4 of a head of napa cabbage. Add some finely chopped scallions. Here I'm using about 4 scallions. Add a tablespoon of sugar. 1/2 tablespoon of gochujang, that's coarse red pepper flakes. About a tablespoon of minced garlic. About 1/2 tablespoon of fish sauce and 1/2 tablespoon of soy sauce. 1/2 tablespoon of sesame oil. And get your hands all up in there and mix until very well incorporated. Don't forget to wash your hands, we're in a pandemic. And finally, we're gonna make our Gochujang Mayo. We're gonna take about a heaping spoon of mayonnaise, maybe 2 tablespoons. I prefer Kewpie mayo, but regular Hellmann's is fine. And some gochujang, that's red pepper paste. And mix until the gochujang is thinned out and it achieves a nice bright orange color. Now we're gonna toast our corn tortillas over the stove. I like to use 2 tortillas at a time. What's your preference? Now we're gonna assemble our taco by spreading the gochujang mayo over the tortilla. Feel free to call it gochujang aioli to sound fancy. Add your skirt steak that's been resting on the marinade. And to finish, we're gonna add our gochujang. That's gonna add an incredible flavor and freshness to the taco. Here you have it, guys. My version of the Korean taco. We use gochujang mayo, doenjang, and fresh kimchi we call gochujang to make like a bit of a kimchi slaw to finish off the taco. It's gonna add some nice freshness and it's gonna be so delicious. Okay, let's dig in. Ooh. Just so good. The texture of the skirt steak, the Gochujang Marinade, Gochujang Mayo, and the fresh gochujang just works together in such a harmonious way. I love it. All right, try this at home, enjoy, and don't forget, like and subscribe. I'm broke, let's do this.